Hi, and welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for The Life List. It's a new Netflix romantic drama, not really comedy. There are comedic moments in it, but it's definitely a dramedy, or a romantasy, as everybody is calling it these days. The cool kids are calling it. This film has surprising emotional heft, and I think that comes down to some of the actors, the caliber we have of actors in here. Connie Britton plays Elizabeth, a mum who is really ill, and she leaves her daughter a bunch of DVDs. Once her daughter completes a thing on the list, she gets another DVD. And it's touching, it's emotional, and it does work. We've seen this sort of formula work before in P.S. I Love You. There are letter-driven stories where a character has to follow the path. Suddenly they find a bunch of letters. You know, we've seen this formula done before. There are things that work in this movie and things that don't quite. I'm going to touch on the things that work for now. And I think that is the actors. We have Sofia Carson, who plays Alex, Kyle Allen, who plays Brad, Sebastian D'Souza, who plays Garrett, Connie Britton, who plays Elizabeth, and Jose Zuniga, who plays Samuel, who I love. And there's other actors that add weight and emotional depth to the story. But for the most part, those actors I mentioned are our protagonists, and they hold up I believe it's a beloved adaptation, a book adaptation this is, from the original book that people love and have respect for. I have not heard of this one, and I was surprised at how emotionally engaged I got with this film in places. Connie Britton is trying to get her daughter to get out of her comfort zone. She's kind of stuck in a rut, not wanting to take any chances on life. So her mother digs up this aspiration letter that she wrote when she was young. And herein lies the rub. I didn't ever really like her character. I don't know if it was how it was written or how she was acted, but a lot of the time she can come across as a very harsh character, and she has to break down and come out of her shell. And there is a trajectory and a growing of this character, but it's so play by the numbers that you know exactly what's going to happen, who's going to end up with who. And I didn't mind that too much. But when it came to the learning curve of our main protagonists, Sofia Carson, Kyle Allen, who plays Brad, their relationship that you know is coming, that's going to build by it. Like, it's not a surprise when you see the relationship start to bloom. The people that are hurt on the waysides, they're kind of held up as like, hey, this is the thing that you need to target. And when others are hurt along the wayside, the film never really pays too much attention to what has happened with those characters. They're kind of just written off. Either they are shown in a way that they're the bad guys in a certain circumstance, without really kind of actually holding up a truth that, yeah, our characters need to learn to get there, but along the way they did hurt a lot of people. Yes, we have growth and nobody is perfect, and I guess that's kind of the truth of the story. But I would have liked a little bit of a moment just to kind of showcase that, hey, this story can be about other people as well, which is part of the truth that our main character has to learn. And this is shown through us by her interactions with other family members. That's where this film works well. When she's interacting with her brothers, when she's interacting with her father, these emotional moments hold the story well. Now, to juxtaposition that, unfortunately, it takes itself too seriously, and it takes itself too long. And what I mean by that is it outstays its welcome. It's just over 2 hours, and the tried and tested formula for a good romantic drama or romantic comedy is about 90 minutes, maybe 97. You can push it a little bit more. It needed to take some of that padding away and not take too long to get to the moments that we're expecting it. So once she's in and ticking off the list without moping too much, because there is quite a bit of moping, then we are on the journey with her. We want to know what's going to be said on the next DVD, and we want to know if she's going to actually be able to complete, because there's a MacGuffin thing that if she does complete this letter, she gets something. It's a thing that pushes the story forward and helps the pacing. It comes from the director of Definitely Maybe and a number of other things, but this is one that I've seen a number of times, and I prefer to go back and watch Definitely Maybe. That's not to say this isn't fun. I did have fun watching it. I'm not sad that I gave my time watching this, but it's not something that I would own, and it's probably not something I'm going to revisit anytime soon. Let me know, once you've seen this, did you really enjoy this, or do you prefer others? I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 Nicolas Cages.
You got one.
There is a fun story here. You do see every plot point and beat coming, but at the end of the day, you are rooting for the characters to get together, unless you don't have a heart and, you're like, no, I wish they all died, because then you're probably watching the wrong genre. Let me know, what is your favorite romantic drama film of the last, let's say, 2 years that have really nailed it out of the park? Pacing, tempo, acting, scripting that feels real rather than a Hollywood version of events, because this is definitely Hollywoodized. There are some real moments in here, like I said, but that's with the family interactions. That's where this works well. Kyle Allen as Brad, there's a likeness about him. You instantly are rooting for him. Sebastian D'Souza, even though he's shown to be the guy that what they want him to be, I actually liked his character. Connie Britton is always excellent. Sofia Carson does a fine job. I just wasn't that emotionally invested, or didn't really care that much about what she was going through. I cared more about her family members. Love to hear your thoughts on this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.